Hey there, West Michigan. Thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens. It's been a pretty nice pattern of weather here over the last several days. In fact, very summer-like, record-setting temperatures across the region. But this is the last day of those temperatures. And as we head toward the weekend, much more fall-like conditions will move into the region. So I hope you get time to get out and enjoy it like several of you were the other day. Wendy got this picture the other night in Truphant. Nice view of the sunset out there as a warm summer-like evening came to a close. Same for Bill at Muskegon State Park. Even some people out there in the lake going for a swim yesterday evening. Those water temperatures still cool, but you know, it's better than it usually is for this time of the year. So I bet it felt pretty good as that sun went down last night. Of course, if you take any weather photos out there, we always love to see them here at 13 on your side. You can send them to me on social media. Meteorologist Michael Behrens on Facebook and at Mike Behrens WX on the X, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Temperatures Tuesday hit highs in the mid-80s across the region. It was 86 in Grand Rapids, 85 Muskegon, and 85 in Holland, well above average. In fact, record-setting in several spots. Grand Rapids setting a record that dated all the way back to 1900 for yesterday. Muskegon beating their record from 2018, and Battle Creek and Kalamazoo coming close, but not quite to record territory for yesterday. We'll be back closer to that again today, but a few degrees colder than what we had yesterday, still in the 80s. Either way, though, enough to make 13 Weather Ball lit up in blue with cooler temperatures in view.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
And cooler doesn't necessarily mean cool. We'll be back again into the 80s this afternoon, already as of about 8:30 into the 70s in Muskegon, mid-60s for the rest of West Michigan. Those temperatures, despite the extra cloud cover today, will be boosted by southerly winds, which will pick up as we head deeper into the day. Winds already this morning hanging around in the 5 to 15 mile per hour range. By the mid-afternoon, we'll see some gusts that could get up to about 20-25 miles per hour. That'll help to push temperatures into the low 80s. We're looking at a fair mix of cloud cover around today, but really no rain chance until we head toward tonight. That's when showers start to move in. Showers and storms expected tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures will go from 82 today to the 60s overnight, and then likely not really going to make it above the mid 70s if we can make it to the low 70s, if we can even make it to the low 70s for tomorrow. Showers and thunder around, clearing by late in the evening. This morning, radar quiet out there. Some rain on the other side of the lake, but the big system we're watching is still well off toward the west with rain in Wisconsin and Illinois. This is going to slide into West Michigan as we head through tonight and into tomorrow, and that means that rain and that cool down that comes behind it is going to push into our neck of the woods. Hour by hour forecast here shows the cloud cover around all day. Rain chances, if we see them today, it's going to be northwestern counties, Oceana, Mason County. As we head toward tonight, the chances will come to the rest of us. We see showers and storms as we head into early Thursday. These continue through Thursday early afternoon before starting to push out as we head toward the evening. A brief period of dry weather will come in as we head toward Thursday night, very early Friday, but as we work our way toward Friday afternoon, more showers will come back into the picture, and those showers will stick around through the weekend, possibly even into early next week before we completely dry things out once again. Of course, temperatures with that rain will be cooler too. We're not expecting it today. 70s and 80s on the lakeshore. Temperatures stay in the 80s for our northern counties, with more 80s from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo as well. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. That shows temperatures that will fall from the 80s today to the 60s for Friday, 50s as we head into the weekend. In fact, we get as cool as 52 as we head towards Sunday. Those temperatures will slowly start to warm back up next week as a drier pattern settles in. But even still, we only get back to the low to mid 60s by the end of the 10-day.
The 13 on your side beach and boating forecast, sponsored by AAC Credit Union.
And now it's time for a check of your beach and boating forecast. Conditions today not expected to be bad along the lake shore, at least for the southern side. We'll see higher waves for central and northern portions of the lake as we could get up to 3 to 6 feet with winds coming in from the south. Water temperatures across the lake remain cool, but not bad for this time of the year. Lots of low to mid 60s, even upper 60s across Lake Michigan. These will likely drop in the days ahead as we transition back to a more seasonable weather pattern. And if you're looking at your phone today, you can expect to get an emergency message on most devices, but no, it's just a test. It's part of a nationwide test of the emergency alert system. It'll happen this afternoon at 2:20. The alerts will be on radio, television, and cell phones across the country. Federal law requires these tests to be run at least once every 3 years. And no alert needed, but the warm weather that's in place across West Michigan is leading a lavender farm to extend their season for the first time ever. Owners of Lavender Life in Caledonia say they have an abundance of lavender that is still blooming. In fact, so much that they can stay open through fall and into the winter months. The farm is on 30 acres and has become known for you pick lavender in spring and summer. There's also a wide variety of lavender products in their shop. There's no admission to visit the farm, and the new fall and winter hours will extend into early winter. It includes Saturdays throughout the month of October. Like we said, though, that warm weather won't last forever, and with more fall-like conditions returning to the region, you may be asking whether or not our fall colors will be impacted by this recent summer-like round of temperatures. We have good news. There's still time for the change.
Okay, it's going to be a little bit of a different season. I think it's going to be maybe kind of an extended season. So we've got these early, little teases, if you will, and then we're going to get in this cooler pattern. These nights when we get down low 40s, probably even down 30s here before too long. And that's when things really take off. And so I think once we get into that weather pattern, we'll kind of resume our more normal kind of fall color development.
And it is worth mentioning that thanks to drought conditions at the beginning of the summer and lack of rainfall this past month, trees are under extra stress, and that could dull the overall vibrancy. And from trees to the waterways, one of the world's most invasive aquatic plants is now in southwest Michigan. Small patches of hydrilla were found adjacent for private ponds in Berrien Springs. The DNR says that the plant reproduces in several ways, which allows it to spread quickly. They have taken sediment and core samples, and a genetic analysis of the plant will be used to try to determine how long it's been there and where it originated from. The state is surveying connected ponds in nearby streams as well as rivers, including the St. Joseph River, to assess the extent of the hydrilla population. And now to more coverage on our waterways here in West Michigan. It's easy to see from this drone video an apparent algae bloom on Muskegon Lake. That's turned part of the surface bright green. 13 on your side's Charlie Tinker went to Muskegon to get more details on their level of concern.
It's important to note, number one, Muskegon Lake is not a drinking water source, so not as concerning as it would be otherwise, but certainly out of an abundance of caution, they are going to be testing this bacterial plume, this algae that's on the surface of the lake, what it appears to be. The wind and the waves have been breaking this up a lot. You'll see some overhead shots in just a moment that show it sort of out there in concentrations. They've been pushing it up to the shoreline where it's breaking up. These are aerial images taken by a drone shared with us by David Ruck, showing the bloom as it was around 10-11 noon. You see those lime green, almost neon green ribbons. As we got on site, we ran into a pair of researchers from the GVSU Annis Water Resources Center down the road who had come in response, collecting water samples to take back to the lab for further testing, where they're hoping to find out what it is in the species and whether or not it may be toxic.
It could be dangerous if it's producing the toxin. You don't want to be going full body contact or swimming with it. And we've seen it here in the past in some years, but not every year. And it's one of those areas of research that scientists are still trying to figure out how exactly to predict and model when and where it will show up.
More images David shared with us. He says he's a former NOAA researcher who became a documentary filmmaker. Notably, he's the guy behind that documentary on the algae blooms on Lake Erie, the Erie situation appearing for a Q&A at the Frauenthal just downtown earlier this year. Surprisingly, that's not what he told us he was expecting to find when he started filming this morning.
While I was up in the air, kind of turned around and noticed, Muskegon Lake's looking a little bit green today. So that's kind of how this was brought to my attention, was just knowing what that was immediately. And then as I started to fly around and look into it, it was apparent that it wasn't just along the shoreline, but actually all the way out
Quite a bit more
way past the middle of the lake.
In the meantime, until researchers are able to draw one conclusion or another, they said it was best to avoid the bacteria, make sure kids or pets don't play in it or have any close contact. Still just that striking green color, neon green in some places, almost an olive green in other places. Scientists around the world have said this is becoming a much more frequent occurrence. The Ennis Water Resources Institute confirmed that as well. Hotter temperatures lasting longer into the year, evidently maybe at play here on what we're seeing on Muskegon Lake today. They're testing for the toxicity of this plume. Should be finished at some point tomorrow afternoon. We will bring you those details just as soon as we have them. In Muskegon, Charlie Tinker, 13 on your side.
To wrap things up with fall air coming back into the forecast this weekend, it's getting clearer that, well, we're getting closer to Halloween, and there's going to be plenty of ways to get in the mood for spooky season this month. Michigan's Adventure is inviting people back this fall to experience the park like never before. Tricks and Treats is the park's new family-friendly Halloween event. There's going to be activities for both kids and adults, candy and other seasonal treats, and a costume contest. Some of their most popular rides are also staying open. Tricks and Treats is being held Saturday and Sunday this weekend and next. Each event is from noon to 6. And if you have a season pass for the summer, you don't need a ticket. You can also get into the mood for spooky season with a walk in Muskegon this month. The Harbor Unitarian Universalist Congregation is hosting the City of the Dead historical walking tours through Evergreen Cemetery. Those are happening Saturday, October 14th from 5 to 8 p.m. and Sunday, October 15th from 2 to 4 p.m. Walking tours start every 15 minutes and tickets are $5. Kids 12 and under are free. If you plan to attend after dark, it's recommended that you bring a flashlight. You can learn more on the City of the Dead Facebook page. And now you're up to date with the latest forecast and some weather and seasonal related news from here in West Michigan. You can always find more online at 13onyourside.com or by downloading our news and weather apps. For now, though, thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.